Now we know that you become what you think about most of the time. And we know that successful people think about their goals most of the time. And in another segment, I talk about the recipe for goal setting, which in brief is decide exactly what you want, write it down, set a deadline, make a list of everything you need to do to achieve it, organize the list into a plan, and then take action. And the seventh step, the final step, is do something every day. So where do you get to the goals in the first place? And this is where the 10-step method comes into play. What you do is you take a clean sheet of paper, and this is where you're going to write down your goals. I have people in my seminars, by the way, take a clean sheet of paper and write at the top of the page the word goals and today's date. I say this is going to be a very important piece of paper for you, so make a separate piece of paper. And then what I do is I tell them, now write down 10 goals that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months. But these goals has 3 special characteristics or qualities. First of all, you write them in the present tense. Your subconscious mind is like a special computer that can only be accessed if you program it with commands in a particular language, and the language it understands is the language of now, the present tense. Now let me give you a quick exercise, which is my only take-home or homework exercise for our time together. I want you to take a piece of paper like this and write down 10 goals that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months. Write the word goals and today's date at the top of the page. Write down 10 goals you'd like to accomplish, and then ask yourself this great question. If you could only accomplish one goal on this list, but you could accomplish it within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on your life? Now this is a great question because it'll usually jump out at you. You say, that's the one. If I had this, that would have more of an impact on my life than anything else. Sometimes it's a financial goal, sometimes it's a health goal, sometimes it's a relationship goal. But whatever it is, put a circle around that goal and then turn the page over and write it at the top of the page, set a deadline on the goal, make a list of everything that you could think of to do to achieve the goal, and then begin working on your list. And here's the kicker, do something every day. Do something every day that moves you one step forward towards your major goal. My promise to you that this exercise, selecting your most important goal, making a plan, and working on it every day, will change your life in ways that you cannot imagine. They say that people begin to become great when they determine their major definite purpose, their number one goal, and work on it every day. It is the secret to becoming a self-made millionaire. It's the secret to great success in life. My promise to you is a week, a month, a year from now, you'll look back and you'll be absolutely staggered at the difference.
There's various causes for procrastination in the world, but one of the biggest ones I've discovered is that people feel that they have to be 100% ready before they actually start. So that's why I really require deadlines, is because the deadline forces you to go into action. But here's the other thing, is that the whole notion of, I call it getting ready to get ready to get ready. So you ask someone, we've got this project, are you ready? And they say, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm getting ready to get ready. And I'm getting ready to go. I call it getting ready to get ready. And life is, you know, life in the workplace is a really big thing to get ready. But people will do this with even small things on a daily basis. You know, they have to start writing something, but they have to do research before they start writing. And what I've discovered is that you never really know what the reality of what you really need to know is until you actually start the project. Until you actually go into movement, your brain cannot really know what is required. So what I do, you know, using the whole concept of 80% in the program, you know, just get a first 80% done real fast, you know, as fast as possible, because my whole thing is not that I'm going to complete the whole project, but I'm going to complete part of the project. And so I want to get my part done as fast as possible. So one of the correctives, I would say, to this kind of procrastination of getting ready to get ready to get ready is to immediately put yourself in a teamwork project of getting it done, where there's a deadline, and a deadline is imposed on you to get your part done as quickly as possible so that someone else can you know, take over and use their unique ability to do it. But you are ready, and you're as ready as you'll ever be. and you might as well get started, and you might as well get the whole ball rolling. And then if you need to do research, you know what you're doing research for, and if you need to create a system, you'll know what you're creating a system for. It's not theoretical. You're not just fantasizing and imagining this. You're actually dealing with the reality. So don't get ready to get ready to get ready.
Work happiness. Arbejde in Danish means work. Glæde means happiness. So this word literally means work happiness. Now the interesting thing about this word is that it exists only in the Scandinavian languages. Okay? Danish, Swedish, and Norwegian are very similar. We all have this word. But then this word exists in no other language on the planet. I've checked. Okay? There's no word for happiness at work in English. That word does not exist in French. Does not exist in Spanish. They don't have it in German. They certainly don't have it in German. Don't get me wrong, I love Germans, but they're very serious people. And I believe that this is not a coincidence, okay? That we have, I don't want to read too much into it, okay? But I don't believe that it's a pure coincidence that we have this word in Scandinavia and that it's missing in the rest of the world. In Scandinavia, for the last 40 or 50 years, we have focused on creating good workplaces where people like to come to work. It's a perfectly accepted part of Scandinavian business culture. In Scandinavia, people fully expect to find a job they can like, something they can be happy about, something that makes them excited, something they can look forward to most mornings. And I find that this attitude is somewhat missing in the rest of the world. When I go to the UK to speak, when I go to France, when I went to India, and I think especially when I come to the US, attitudes are somewhat different. One American guy told me, well, of course I hate my job, that's why I get paid. So people, I was in South Africa 2 weeks ago for the first time to speak, and a lot of people, they looked at me and they said, wait a minute, is it even possible to have a job you like? Is that even possible? Is it normal to hate your job? A lot of people say, well, that's just normal to hate your job. That's the way it is. That's the way it always has been. That's the way it always will be. But I think we need to change that, and I think we need to take this concept of arbejdsglæde into the world. And that's what I do, that's my work, and has been for the last 10 years. Just to show you that this is not just me making cultural differences up. If any of you are familiar with the work of the Dutch sociologist Geert Hofstede, he's actually looked at business cultures in, oh yeah, by the way, this is in Japan. The culture is very different. There's no word for arbejdsglæde. There's a word called kaoshi, which means death from overwork. So cultural differences do exist, okay? And this is Denmark and the US compared on 5 different parameters. And just very briefly, PDI is power distance. That's the distance between managers and employees. And you can see that this is a little higher in the US than it is in Denmark. In Denmark, you have a very chummy relationship with your manager. You can call everybody by first name. Nobody gives anybody any orders. It can actually be quite frustrating to be a boss in Denmark. The next one is individuality. You can see both Denmark is the blue one, America is the red one. And you can see both countries score very highly on individuality. We are very individualistic societies. It's about my needs. I am an individual. I do not need to sacrifice myself for the collective. Asian cultures are very low on individuality. The fourth one, uncertainty avoidance. Can we deal with uncertainty? Both countries can. And the last one is long-term orientation. Can we think in the long term? And both nations can. Now,
I'm Sam, and I just turned 17. A few years ago, before my freshman year in high school, I wanted to play snare drum in the Foxborough High School marching band. However, and it was a dream that I just had to accomplish, but each snare drum and harness weighed about 40 pounds each. And I have a disease called progeria, so just to give you an idea, I weigh about only 50 pounds. So logistically, I really couldn't carry a regular-sized snare drum. And because of this, the band director assigned me to play pit percussion during the halftime show. Now, pit percussion was fun. It involved some really cool auxiliary percussion instruments like the bongos, timpani, and timbales and cowbell. So it was fun. But it involved no marching, and I was just so devastated. However, nothing was going to stop me from playing snare drum with the marching band in the halftime show. So my family and I worked with an engineer to design a snare drum harness that would be lighter and easier for me to carry. And so after continuous work, we made a snare drum apparatus that weighs only about 6 pounds. And as I'm striving to change the world, I will be happy. About 4 years ago, HBO began to film a documentary about my family and me called Life According to Sam. Now, it was a pretty great experience, but it was also 4 years ago. And like anyone, my views on many things have changed and hopefully matured, like my potential career choice. However, some things have stayed the same throughout that time, like my mentality and philosophy towards life. So I would like to show you a clip of my younger self from the film that I feel embodies that philosophy. I know more about it genetically. So it's less of an embodiment now. It used to be like this thing that prevents me from doing all this stuff that causes other kids to die, that causes everybody to be stressed, and now it's a protein that is abnormal that weakens the structure of cells. But I realize that being brave isn't supposed to be easy. And for me, I feel it's the key way to keep moving forward. So, all in all, I don't waste energy feeling bad for myself. I surround myself with people that I want to be with, and I keep moving forward. So with this philosophy, I hope that all of you, regardless of your obstacles, can have a very happy life as well. Oh, wait, hang on a sec. One more piece of advice. Never miss a party if you can help it. My school's homecoming dance is tomorrow night, and I will be there. Thank you very much.
kid, every time I'm pulling out, he's right there. Man, someone needs to talk to his parents, if they're ever at home. What is up with the traffic today? And always, every day, this intersection's always crowded. I hate pulling out of here. I need some of these dumb roads. Oh, there's... Okay, so I'm not even here. Right. Great lady. The princess of parking. Oh, sure. Take the spot. Way to be considerate. Oh, are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Oh.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
It's about time. Let's see, what do I want?
Yeah, could I add a cookie to that order?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem, only guy in the world. I'm sure you need your cookie. The world, your oyster, and he's serving your cookie.
Thank you so much. What can I get for you?
Yeah, I'll have a tall decaf macchiato.
Yeah, sure, no problem. $3.85. And it might take a few minutes here. We've got quite a line, obviously, and thanks for your patience.
Great. Yeah, great. Great for me. Winning again. Unbelievable. What? What is... What is that? What in the world? What am I supposed to do? How can I do anything about that? Can I even help with that? I don't...
Your copy, sir.
Oh. I can't take this anymore. I gotta get out of here.
Hey, watch it.
Sorry, so sorry.
Hey, buddy, come here.
I wasn't ready.
I have no arms and no legs, but I'm very thankful that I have my little chicken drumstick here. People freak out when they see me for the first time. It's so cool. I was at a water slide all by myself. Everyone obviously at the bottom of the slide is looking up and waiting for other people to come down, and here I come and they're freaking out. They're like, you know, like this. And I was so tempted to look at myself and go, what happened? You know? And there were times where I sort of looked at my life and thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you keep on concentrating on the things that you wish you had or the things that you wish you didn't have. And you sort of forget what you do have. And there's no point, I believe, in my life where I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, because wishing won't help. But what I've seen in life are just a couple key principles, and the first thing that I've seen is to be thankful. It's hard to be thankful, man. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I sort of summed up my life and thought, I'm never going to get married. I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a life of purpose. What kind of a husband am I going to be if I can't even hold my wife's hand? It's a lie to think that you're not good enough. It's a lie to think that you're not worth anything.
One more. Woo! It's freezing. I can't feel my hands.
I love life. You know, so many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story. But it's very simple at the same time. You see, it's very hard to smile sometimes in life. There are things that happen that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't know if you're going to get through it. You know, you go through your storms in life and you don't know how long this storm's going to be. And today I want to share with you some principles that I've learned in my life that you can use in yours. Being patient is beautiful. I tell you, it's the hardest thing. But I realize I may not have hands to hold my wife's hand, but when the time comes, I'll be able to hold her heart. I don't need hands to hold her heart. You know, it is scary to know how many girls have eating disorders. It is scary to know how many people are just angry at life because of their situation at home and angry at others. It's scary to know how many people actually feel like they're worth nothing. Every single girl right here, right now, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are gorgeous just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man.
On this DVD, I share my experiences in life of how I've overcome challenges and seen a new, fresh perspective in life. To be thankful, to dream big, and to never give up. I speak to children, youth, and adults about key issues and principles that I've applied in my life that has given me the strength to conquer all that comes before me.